Welcome to the Foul Out Podcast. Today we got Cam on the cam. We got DJ on the cam. My brother Arkeem and myself today. And today we got a few things to talk about, ranging from
Diddy.
Diddy, the Trump versus Elon, the big beautiful bill, the United States and China's relations, and we even got a fun topic about the most attractive, least attractive male hobbies according to women. So the first thing I'm gonna throw up on y'all screen, let's go ahead and get into Diddy.
The
So
diddler.
of the five counts that Diddy was charged with, he was acquitted on three: racketeering, trafficking, trafficking, and he was guilty on transportation to engage. And yeah, man, what y'all think about this?
Well,
Um,
my question for
go first. You go first, DJ.
transportation to engage is, I
Man,
mean, like, it's a problem with somebody, that just flying somebody out to come see you, and just so happen y'all partaking in activities. I mean, now, was it completely confirmed that he was paying these people for activities? Was that confirmed?
Yeah, they got on the stand
Okay,
of
okay,
people being paid.
okay.
I'm gonna be real with you on this one. When this whole thing first started, well, not the whole everything started, but when the case started going, and I started listening to what they were bringing up in court, what people were talking on and harping on, the things that people were really attentive to and bringing up weren't really things that you can really, I guess, validate these charges and claims on. Like, yeah, it was bad. Like once we saw that video, that was crazy. Of him and Cassie in that video
Yeah.
and him abusing her. You also just heard a lot about, he having freak offs. He freaking off this. He freaky like that. All this kind of sort of stuff. So I came out of that here and like this man was, engaging in some illicit prostitution. But when they really come down to that, compared to all the other stuff that he was getting kind of accused and charged for, that's the one that's most accepted already in society. People don't even really care too much about prostitution no more. That's old news. And when they was kind of bringing stuff up in court, they weren't really bringing nothing up concrete on the other stuff that you could just be like, boom, they gonna get them. So like once I kind of saw how it was going, this kind of makes sense. I mean, I was surprised it's just done now. I thought they was gonna have some more witnesses, some more stories, some stuff like that. I mean, for me though, shoot, when I heard the kid Cuddy, he had blown up player's car, was in the he in the boy's house with the Christmas tree, Christmas presents all open, looking like a supervillain. That's enough right there for me. But you can do with that, man. So it's just one of the things, man. They tried to go all the way in on the boy, man. They thought they had Ghost, and they might have had Ghost, but Ghost always seemed to get out on Power.
Well, if I can give my analytic perspective, this was definitely a call from up top at Mr. Combs. This was definitely somebody just trying to mess with him, throwing something at the wall and hope it stuck. You know, they thought that they weren't going to get anything on him, and they end up getting the prostitution. They get to ruin his image. Nope, he has to file as a sex offender. Nobody is going to let that be the front face of their company. That's what he was known for doing. So, in the eyes of the prosecution, they won. We got something on him. We ruined his image, like they try to do many others. I mean, there are no black billionaires, entertainment wise. Everybody has been attacked by the government every time. And it's just kind of like if you think they do Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, some COINTELPRO esque type deal. Do you think they won't come after Diddy, a dude dancing around on stage and stuff? Yeah, they come after him too. You know, but that's what all this is about. This is about some guys seeing somebody more successful than them and decide to use their power because they decide that he has something that they feel he shouldn't have.
Now, do you feel like at this point is a recovery possible for him? Like, is there anything he could do to possibly salvage his reputation, or because these are multiple streams of income that pretty much have been snatched from him throughout the process of his whole trial?
He
So,
had to sell. He had to sell everything and relinquish his power. See, he didn't just relinquish cash. A lot of people say, "Oh, he gave up all his cash. He gave up all his cash." Cash is trash whenever it comes to power. He relinquished his board spots, his
mm,
positions, and his most profitable company,
mm,
Revolt TV. He sold all the shares of De Leon. He gave up the $100 million mansion in Beverly Hills. He gave up. He gave up everything. This something that took him 40 years to build. All of it went up in smoke in 6 or 7 months. You know, so they got him. They nailed him. They nailed him to the cross either way it go. They won. He got a little win, but they won in the long run. That big wheel that he had that was rolling and rolling, they slowed it down. And that's all they trying to do. They slowed it down. So his money will last to his kids, his grandkids, and possibly his great grand. They trying to stop it from lasting. Like, we can't let this last 10 generations. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they thinking about. That future.
mm.
Facts. So what do y'all think the verdict is going to be? I mean, the sentencing. Some people are saying that he's going to get time served, but it's like up to 10 years, right? Facing.
He a
Yeah,
first
per
time
charges.
offender.
Yeah,
He's a first time offender. So usually with prostitution cases, because we're on the YouTube algorithm, um, first time offenders usually go off light. It's kind of like drugs. If a guy get caught with a trunk full of weed, not like a bunch, but if you get caught with, let's just say 5 pounds, first time offender, never really been in trouble, then yeah, they gonna let him off. They gonna let him off with a slap on the wrist, and that's kind of how it is with prostitution. It's when you get hit multiple times, like drugs, that's when you start getting that real serious sentencing. So, first time offender, I think he'll get time served within the next week or so, and they'll let him come home. And I believe they're gonna give him a bail, but they said no bail, no immediate bail right now. Uh, but I think all that money he paying, them boys got to do something. He just can't be up here sitting like, you know, he got everybody was talking about a Young Thug's lawyer. He got probably about 4 or 5 Young Thug lawyers sitting up there right now. And I think Brian Steele, Young Thug's actual lawyer, is one of his co-counsels.
Yup.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
2 Ricos back to back. Put some respect on
Still,
him.
that boy still 2-0.
Boy, boy,
But if
Marty
that was
just
Johnny Cochran, he'd be walking out today, no
Oh
charge.
yeah, oh yeah.
That's how Johnny was. Johnny, it wasn't no plea deals and probation with Johnny. Boys was walking home.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, my thing on it is, what I'm saying, we do look at all the black billionaires within the entertainment sector, save Oprah, and they have all, they got some type of blemish. Well, in my opinion, Jay-Z doesn't have a blemish. Um, they tried to
Okay.
come at him, but it just didn't work. Um, but at the same time, it's like, man, you gotta stop him. Like, and you gotta stop him by being defensive. Being defensive meaning walking the straight and narrow. So me and Arcane was talking earlier today, and he said that he heard that soon they probably gonna come after LeBron next. You know, um,
Hmm.
because we don't really have that many masculine black male figures in media anymore. We got Stephen A. Smith, we got LeBron, people like that. So they saying that LeBron would be the crown jewel, but see, me personally, I believe LeBron walked the straight and narrow. So
I think
as
so
much as
too.
they want to get him, I don't think they can.
With LeBron live clean, the only thing that's gonna get him is maybe one of them snow bunnies on the side.
Why she gotta be a bunny, Cam?
On the side, you
Well,
really think
I mean,
LeBron living like that?
if it's just another black chick, I mean, people probably let it go for real.
they use
It's
it, but
a
see,
bunny.
but
They
they gonna
that's
use the black. The thing is, the feds are gonna corner whether she Mexican, black, white, or whatever. They corner her and say, "You say this, and you say he did this to you on this date, and you say he did this to you on this date, and he guilty until proven innocent."
back when he was
And
19 years old, fresh in
Yeah.
the NBA.
Well.
he
Well.
slapped me and he messed up my eye. And here's a picture of me and LeBron, a fan. That's all it takes nowadays. And the feds know that. They know that all they got to say is, you are a this. And
Yeah.
everybody gonna be
All
like,
that stuff being said, though, man. I
Well.
mean, I'm gonna be real with you. It's something about Diddy that I just think he guilty of something. He might only got on them two things, but he
you guilty of something. But are they
not like
convicting
he
you?
is.
Nah, Cam, you threw a piece of paper out
No,
the
man.
window. Cam, you threw a piece of paper out the window when we went out, and I saw you do it.
Let's pull
And
out the Tupac files, man. Where the Biggie files at? I don't know. Somewhere
you
on.
so wait a minute. Do you think Suge sent somebody at Biggie, which is the most logical reasoning, or you think Diddy killed his own cash cow?
I
Now,
heard.
Cam, why
I
would
heard.
Diddy send shots at a car that he's sitting in himself?
I
Come
heard.
on
I
Yeah,
now.
heard it. I
yeah.
heard the
Come
cash
on, man.
leave, man.
So he gonna send shots at a car that he in too.
You seen Power, man.
Oh.
Ah,
You see, nah, 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 nah,
Oh.
nah. I don't know, man. Dog, I know he basically getting off on this. He ain't gonna get no more than about 5 years on this, maybe 8. But man, it just seems, man, I don't know, man. Something ain't right with that dude, man. He did some I just feel like he did some evil stuff, man. But court of law prevails. But man,
well, what makes you
But
what makes you think that?
I'll be real with you, dog. I always did my whole life they had a bad vibe from Diddy. And that's just me personally, man. I
You from
mean,
Harlem?
you really think about back in the day, she had Shine take that cake, take the first sentence for him.
Yeah, but Shine didn't try to do it. He had to. Well, look,
He
all I can say is,
he said,
okay, but
look,
people do
soon as
the.
the hammer dropped this time, Shine said, justice. Justice. That boy was ready. He was ready to talk. Everybody know Gunwell Diddy set him up. Diddy probably was doing some crazy stuff.
Wait a minute.
Only thing
Shine
is
was
though,
saying,
you can't lock nobody up for the freak off. But
all right,
that boy ain't right.
all right. So this is what happened, right? Shine was shooting too.
Two. So you saying Diddy
Get
was
could y'all give us some
Uh,
context or
that
backstory on this? Because I don't know
P Diddy and
anything
Shine. All
about
right,
this.
so
Yeah.
Diddy walked in the club. He in Harlem. People don't know Diddy is not your average kid growing up. Diddy's dad worked for Frank Lucas. Like he got killed in a shootout with the police holding it down for Frank. Like at the end of the movie, Diddy dad was one of them dudes. All right. Now, Frank, Diddy mom, word on the street is she was gangster too. So Diddy was untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Diddy got in some trouble when he was like 19. He sold out a basketball arena or something like that. Like he had like made a celebrity basketball game, like a top drug dealer playing point guard and stuff like that. And he was getting money at 19, and then a stampede happened. And like 5 people got killed. Diddy got blamed for it. And he beat that. He didn't start the stampede, but the stampede happened. Because so many people came to this. But anyway, so Diddy and Shine, that's of course his replacement for Biggie with the deep voice. Supposed to be. So Shine went in the club and knew this woman. He knew this drug dealer who was trying to outstunt Diddy. And then somebody threw some money in somebody's face or something like that. Because the drug dealer trying to make Diddy think, you in the music industry, I'm right up here with you. And somehow some money got hit in somebody's mouth, and then shots started firing from both Diddy way and the drug dealer way. The drug dealer got missed every shot. Diddy didn't miss every shot. Shine was shooting too, and this lady got hit in the face. And this lady says, I saw Diddy shoot me in the face. Now, I don't know how you do that, but she says she saw Diddy shoot her in the face. And then, but they're supposed to, usually you co-defendants. Diddy got it taken away. He got himself pulled out of that case, and Shine get tried by himself, and Diddy get tried by himself. Diddy went free. Shine got 9 years. You remember on the movie, on that song Purple with Nas, he said, I don't like the way P. Diddy did Shine with different lawyers. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
On Purple. Yeah, that's what he talking about.
Interesting.
That boy been scheming since the beginning of time. J-Lo was there.
Yeah, J-Lo was there too. So apparently they think that he had J-Lo carry the gun in her purse, and they got the shooting, and he had J-Lo with him, and they shot out, drove off, and then drove to like the next city or something like that. Police got Shine. Shine didn't say nothing. He never snitched. But apparently
That's the old school code. People don't live by that no more. Them days.
If that was not, you think he would have said it was him?
Yeah. What? He said, I saw him. I helped him. All that.
I saw him. Bad Boy is a record label and a game.
But hey, at the end of the day, how the court of law work, man, we can have all these allegations, we can feel like he's the ultimate crook. What can we prove to put the man behind bars? What can we prove?
What can we prove to put a rich man behind bars?
Correction. What can we prove to put a rich man behind bars?
That's the America they made. The money talks. The cash is king. That's the America they made. And then when the system evidence goes how it usually go, a lot of them want to be mad. But this is the system you made. And there's a lot of innocent brothers sitting behind bars right now. He ain't have enough money to prove he's innocent.
Facts.
Oh, hey, look, it's a lot of rich, guilty men walking right now because he had enough money to prove he was innocent. So whatever. So, but Shine, he's a politician and believes, and he moving on with his life. That little 9 years, shit, that wasn't. You took 9 years from me, bro. I'm gonna be.
Diddy been in jail 6 months and then aged 10 years.
Right.
It must be something he can't take.
He won't even in prison. He is just in jail. He in jail with a crypto dude.
And 6'9".
I wonder how that conversation go.
He said they was talking. He said they was cool. They was like, yeah, like just talking about New York and growing up. 6'9" say Diddy was cool as hell.
Oh, 6'9" was in there? Wow.
Yeah, he was in it just a little while though. But they had Rikers. He said they was just hanging out. They were talking. He said him and Diddy played racquetball, and he just was like, yeah. They was just talking about certain shit.
Okay. Well, let's move on to this Trump versus Elon. Bang
Uh-oh.
bang.
Uh-oh.
Trump, the Trump and Elon Musk feud continues. This time, Trump is threatening to deport Elon. What y'all think about this? Does he really have grounds where he could deport him?
No, no, he doesn't. Elon's been a
DJ
naturalized
knows something.
citizen. Yeah, Elon's been a naturalized citizen since 2000. True. Trump has no power to strip him of his citizenship unless he can prove any kind of fraud or any kind of serious criminal activity that Elon has committed that he can actually prove to a court of law. That's the only way he can strip him of that.
Hmm.
Trump has a lot of power. Yeah, you are the president, but you can't take somebody's citizen from him just because you don't like the way he talk.
Well said. I think Trump will still find a way to throw him.
Oh, it does. He tried. He's definitely trying now.
I
He
think
he
Trump will
ain't, he
say,
ain't sleeping at night. He trying to figure out how he can get rid of him, but he digging real deep. Elon
I
a little
think
too
Trump
clean
will,
for him.
I think Trump will throw Elon out. There go Jalen. I
No,
think,
Jay Khan has entered the chat.
Man,
yeah, you
the
just missed
real
the Diddy
crazy
talk.
stuff right
Yo,
now.
You just missed the Diddy talk, Jay. Come on, man.
Jada floated
tripping.
on in here.
I want to hear your thoughts on that, man.
That's what it floated on in here.
I want to speak on Diddy too, man. I can't
Hey,
believe he got
hey,
off
so is it
with a
okay for
slap
Jalen
on
to
the
We
make his
wrist.
we
note on Diddy?
we just ending it. You can go ahead.
What you got to say about Diddy, man?
Man, I can't believe what our king said was true. I mean, he really basically got off with a slap on the wrist. That's crazy.
No, that
But
boy
I mean, it
guilty.
seems like he gonna be locked up for a little minute too, though. I mean, I don't. They talking about giving him time served, but hey, that's crazy. I cannot believe he got off with most of that stuff. But I mean, I guess he really went on the criminal organization type stuff like we thought he would. But I am disappointed in us being outside playing in baby oil and twerking it. I mean, that right there, I'm just like, dude, this is a episode of Boondocks, like in real life, and I really, really hate he ain't able to capitalize off this right now.
The baby oil.
But I mean, salute to that man lawyers, bro. Like money makes a large difference.
Exactly. Like I said, this is the America they created, where you have money you can buy your way into and out of anything. So this is what they made, bro.
Was it really his lawyers or the incompetence or the prosecution though?
Mm.
No, they tried to the
I heard
stuff
it
they
was some
tried
of
to
that.
hit him with was too much.
Because his lawyers didn't even call nobody to the stand.
They did do. They did. I'm with you on that, Cam. They did try to throw too much at him.
To me, it kind of seemed like
They was
they had some puzzle pieces and they was trying to fit them together. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to fit a crime to his actions rather than you know getting his actions to fit a crime.
And I feel like that's why you really got to be careful with the media because in the beginning and really a lot of what was up to the trial, it seemed like they had them pieces. It seemed like they were stacking together the pieces, and then you get to the verdict, and it's like, oh, the pieces fell down. Well, they ain't have as much as we thought they had. I guess it's crazy.
To me, it seems like the social media hurricane dictates public perception, but that's not how it is in a courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Like on social media, I
It
bet
don't
you
stick
heard,
around.
man, he had 10,000 bottles of baby oil. You know what I'm saying? But in a courtroom, they said, oh, it was just a little container with probably
You
12.
can't charge nobody on that on baby oil.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was actually like 25 of them. You know what I'm saying? Then remember social media. They had 100 celebrities in a room all sleeping together, but really this was three people in a hotel room. Diddy, one of his girls, and a male prostitute. This was no big party. You know, like they were saying, LeBron said, ain't no party like a Diddy party. He been in there. You know, LeBron didn't even know this stuff was going on. You know? And then you
I
had
bet the
these.
prosecution be like, man, I wish I could take y'all social media folks and put y'all in a jury, boy. But that ain't how it works.
What was the other? What was the other lie they said it was some kind of drug he had laced in the baby oil
In
or
the baby
whatever?
oil, that was fake. Like people
Yeah,
just was making stuff up. Yeah. Yeah. And then I seen stuff they were saying he had Michael Jackson killed. We were like,
fam. My cousin
Cat,
done chapped in.
Shaq,
Hey, yo, what's up,
Shaq,
guys? What's
I
up,
told y'all
man?
that boy Diddy
Shakalaka.
was gonna beat all that. Free Diddy.
Thing's insane. That's insane that he beat all those
So how
charges,
soon?
man.
How soon you think he gonna get out? Since they denied
I
his
say I say Diddy should be out within 2 weeks. When they get that bond, when they get that bail, he'll be out in 2 weeks. And then on the 3rd they gonna get that shit changed. The 3rd of October is too far. Somebody who paying that many millions, they gonna force them to change that sentencing date to the end of
Yeah,
July, and they gonna
yeah.
give him time served. And Diddy gonna be done with this, but his career, they gonna take it to appellation court too. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I gave you all that money. You're gonna appeal these charges. Appellation court by
Bro,
mid-August. Appellation court.
isn't that just crazy though? Like, just because he got bread, he can move up his sentencing date. Like, bro, what is going on here?
Yeah,
But
it's like he walking out and say, "Hey, let's meet July 8th and talk about this sentencing date, man. Y'all taking too long for me, man. I'm ready to go to the house." I'm like, oh man, money
Hmm.
talk, bro. When you got bread, you can do
yo,
what you want. Ain't that what they say?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I think he gonna get time served, and from there it's just he gonna have to try to rebuild the empire from behind the scenes. You know,
So no
Yeah.
probation.
he
Nah,
gonna be
he
Oh,
on
he, he
probation for
going to
sure.
jail,
I
bro.
think
Mm.
what you say, Cam?
it's about
You
to
We
think
got
he
say
this
going
he
to
on
gonna
jail?
be
record.
in jail for a couple
For
of
a little
years
bit,
at least.
maybe about 5.
I think I think so too. Yeah, I think 5 to 7.
5 years for prostitution, bro. When the last time
Five
you
to
seen
seven.
somebody get that? When the last time you seen somebody get 5 years?
I mean, so the judge
Oh no.
could be like, bet the jury didn't come down on him on all them charges, but I'm still gonna make a little example out of this dude because he's slimy, he greasy,
Mm.
disgusting.
Cam, you can't just do it because you don't
Because
like the way
okay,
a man talk.
so wait a minute. You just don't like him because he like to watch live action porn.
No, no, when I say, I mean, dog, I
Wait
don't
a
know.
minute.
I
He
ain't,
like to watch live action porn because I ain't no broke nigga, and I want to see this in
you want to
3D.
see it in 3D.
No.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah.
Oh
dog.
man.
The thing is, man, here's my thing. Have we never seen that video of him beating old girl and dragging her by her hair in the hotel room? We
That's
might get
dope
a
fiend
case.
love.
Yeah.
He not on trial for that though.
Whatever
Yeah.
happened to
That's what I'm
that
saying.
though?
I'm not
But
saying
but,
we're
Oh
not
but
man.
yeah.
trying him on that.
But
All
why?
I'm saying is, once I saw that, I gotta question every fiber of that man's character.
Yep.
We never said he was a good person,
Okay.
Cam. We
Okay.
never
But
said he was a
That's
good
what I
person.
said when I saw
we
him.
forgive. We forgave Chris Brown. We forgave James Brown. We forgave Bobby Brown. We forgave Doodoo Brown.
Did we
Yeah,
forget
I
Bobby
ain't,
for real?
I ain't
Because
Well,
talking.
look,
they
bro.
didn't do the same stuff that Diddy did though. Come
Hey,
on
look,
now.
hey, look. Check this out. Check this out. Like we gonna bring it to the Chris Brown Rihanna stuff, bro. I saw the whole world. I was a kid. I saw the whole world hate
Yeah,
Chris Brown, and then a few years later, I don't know how long it was after, but I saw Chris Brown sitting right next to Rihanna at a basketball game.
Rihanna
You know what I
forgave
said?
Chris Brown.
Hey, look, I can't be more mad at Chris Brown than Rihanna. Cassie stayed with Diddy 3 years after that video. I cannot be more mad at Diddy than Cassie. Cassie got on there and they
Facts
said,
about it.
did you love Mr. Combs? She said, yes. Do you still love Mr. Combs? She looked at her husband and said, I love our past for what it was. That's what she said. I love our past for what it was. I can't be more mad at her than her. You know, like, hey, look, what you want me to do? What you want me to do?
I mean,
I
that
can't be.
right there,
Man,
man.
that's
That
borderline blaming the victim, man. I ain't gonna lie,
I'm
bro.
not blaming the victim. I just
I
said I can't
mean,
be more mad at him than the victim.
I agree with that.
I mean, I think
I
how
agree
they
with that.
painted it in court, man, it's very hard to make it one sided with it. You know what I'm saying? So, we saw what Diddy did. And, in the court we heard about more so what Cassie did. So it's just like, man, there's toxicity just at its finest, like you said. So I mean, and a lot
We
of times, especially when it comes to domestic disputes, they kind of let the cards fall where they lay. So
Another thing
I can
too,
see
how much
I can
of a
see
pass does
how.
he get? How much of a pass does he get if he was super like drugged out?
A
you
pass
don't you
being high on drugs.
yeah, you don't get a pass for
I'm
being
saying
you don't get a
Nah,
pass.
you
nah.
said that you said when you saw that video it made you question his character. And I'm saying if he was out of his mind, you know what I'm saying, that's not really the same
The
character
scary thing
acting
was,
out.
dog, that boy looked so
Oh,
sober and focused.
Man, you could see that boy's face in that
That boy
video.
came running down that hall like this.
He said,
that
dog,
boy, that boy came down that
oh
hall like
man.
this, boy. That boy
Yeah, you went too high. You was running like this.
Nah.
You went too high. You was running like this.
he was trying to escape. Dog, that joint was crazy. But yeah, I mean, based on the charges in court, I don't think he got a RICO, or I think he just, a rapper that then, watched too many of them mafia movies or whatever. But man, I don't know, man. Something about dude ain't right, man. But hey, the courts have spoken.
There's a
But
lot
dog,
about dude ain't right.
hmm
what about him
If
ain't right, Jay?
if this trial done showed us anything, is that a lot about this dude ain't right, man.
What did he do? All right, what has he done that besides the
I mean,
Cassie
I ain't
thing?
saying he did nothing that I ain't saying he's doing something that ain't being done, probably at a frequent level, at his level, but
All
it's
right,
just
look.
for me to have another dude in the room with my girl and I'm coaching the dude what to
It's
do
a
with
little
my
off the
girl. I
wall.
mean, maybe
All
that's
right.
just some
So
rich
have y'all
people
heard
shit,
the
you know what I'm
story?
saying? Like
No, he
maybe
watching the
that's
live
just
action.
common, but that's just so
All
weird
right.
to me, dog.
So wait a minute. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you how much BS this is. We watched Adam 22 pay a male porn star to clap his wife and made it completely public. And they had to pay him. The dude said, "Yes, I got paid." Is that not the exact same thing Diddy did? You flew a guy in. This dude lived in Atlanta. You live in LA. He flew in. He clapped your wife on camera. You sitting there while they recording. Y'all paid him for his services, and he got on a plane and went back home and said, "Yeah, I charged them 100,000."
I mean, the prostitution is really a big deal to me.
What? And Diddy in jail for that.
You
You
said
I'm
it's
be
know,
not a big
real.
deal to you,
I'm
Cam?
be I'll be real with you, man.
For me,
2025.
it was the drugging people and taking advantage of people.
Oh, he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
they could not prove that at all.
Allegedly.
That's why they
Allegedly,
dropped the charges. That's why they dropped the
Oh
charges.
my
dog.
god.
That's why they
Allegedly.
dropped the charges.
Oh
Dog, the
my
fact that they had
god.
to call somebody to testify that he done blown up his car and he's standing in his
And then
house,
they
he
dropped
Man,
done
that
can
opened
charge.
up
we
the
can
boy's
we be
present.
real for a sec? Is this the Foul Out podcast or is this the Play It Safe podcast?
Foul out, bro.
It's the file out
Foul
podcast.
out.
Man, I got a question for you, Cam. If you was worth $900 million and a girl that you done gave everything to, you gave her a record deal, sponsored her life, she went and cheated on you with some rap dude, and you got $900 million and ain't now car blown up. Come on,
I'll,
a
I,
car gonna blow
Just
up, bro.
know
Yeah,
if
blew
somebody
nothing
try to
up
come
yet.
blow
You
my
better
car
be
up,
glad it's a
I'm
car.
shooting them.
yeah, you better be glad I ain't blow your ass up.
All this money,
I
ain't
was
nobody.
being nice
All
with
this
the
money,
car.
ain't
You can
nobody
get
almost
another
popped up
car.
dead. It ain't nobody
Yeah,
almost.
listen. You come blow my car up, you better hope you in his will.
Look, bro.
You be chopping that now. You gonna be chopping the millions up.
Look, all they
Kid
did was
Cudi should be
he had a
thanking him.
convertible. He had a convertible soft top. They took a knife and did like that and cut a little square in it and then dropped the bomb in and walked off.
Yeah, man, Kid Cudi should be thankful. It was
Hey,
just a car.
because they could have blew up your
And
ass.
the thing too is, you know, Diddy say everything in that little quiet voice. He be like, "That's what you get, player. It's bad boy, baby. Don't you ever forget that. Please don't."
How was that hit sent? How was that hit sent? Yo, man, that nigga, he knocking my girl, bro, knocking for my hoe, man. Hey, go blow that nigga car.
Probably
Diddy
said
don't like that.
he
When
Blow
probably
that
Diddy,
was
nigga
like,
car.
he
He
probably
said
like,
they don't like.
he done pulled
dog, all
Cassie
I
and
can
doing
think
all type.
about, dog, is
Like, bro,
that
don't
Dave
you
Chappelle
pay
skit with
dudes
the
to do that to her
Cambodian
though?
breast milk.
Like, yeah, but I
Diddy
ain't
pull a
pay him
move.
though.
Did a
So
move
he
from
did
Buddy
it
from
for free?
Players
Like,
Club, man. Like do something to make me feel better. And Buddy went and blew it up for him. I mean,
But I mean, it wasn't a bad idea though. Like if we being real, it really wasn't
it
a
really
bad
wasn't
idea.
bad.
It
Because if
worked.
you think about it, cars be blowing up. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I
In the
mean,
Teslas,
driveway.
I
Lamborghinis,
feel like he just
already
wanted to
up.
scare him a little bit. He
Cars
didn't
don't
want
be
to cause him
randomly
no harm.
blowing up now.
And then you
Sometimes
gonna
cars
open
be
your
So,
blowing.
you
you gonna
know,
If you
open
look
your
up the
Christmas presents
statistic
up.
of how often a car blows up in the United States, we'll probably be surprised.
I
hey,
mean,
growing up,
Dang,
my
you
next
want?
door
I
neighbor's
will look
car
that up
blew
A
up.
right
car
now.
probably blows up like
for
every
all we
2
know,
minutes.
Cuddy probably had engine problems that he wasn't even aware of, and the car just blew up, bro. I mean, you
No,
know,
DJ, no, DJ. It was a hole cut in the top of the
it was a
convertible,
whole cut.
and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and somebody dropped the bomb, and this dude's whole seat was like melted. The seat was
Oh, okay.
melted. Not that he could probably still crank it and drive it. All he had to do was
Oh
get a
well,
new
shit.
seat.
I
If you
mean,
ask
you
me,
know,
he
I
could have
mean,
bought
hey,
another seat. You got a Ferrari, bro. You could
So,
buy another seat.
you can buy. Right.
hey, so this ain't necessarily blowing up, but it's an estimated 19 car fires occurring every hour in the United States, bro.
No, I
I'm
got
Okay,
a
just
Had to
figure
be
saying,
for
one
you.
he
of
not he not far off, dog.
So,
It was
He
just,
so
not far off at all.
the National Fire Protection Association says an average of
them. Shaq the way they pulled
152,300
it
cars
up.
blow up annually on average. So you might have a point.
152,000?
You
Oh,
might have a point.
bro.
That's at least
They,
a few thousand every
and
state.
y'all telling me
bro.
Cuddy might not have had
Basically,
engine problems for all
bro.
we know.
Basically, they dropped the fire, bro. They dropped the firecracker in his main car. Basically,
That's
that's what they
crazy.
did.
Maybe
They
it's
dropped
Molotov
a
or something.
firecracker. They dropped the firecracker in his car. Like, they dropped a Roman candle in his main car.
That's all he did. I thought he kind of did like some Mission
Godfather.
Impossible or
No,
Yeah.
they
you know what
dropped
I'm
a
saying,
firecracker in his
007
main
stuff,
car.
and it was
Cause
in his
the intention
ignition
was
or
just to
something like
scare him a
that.
little bit, man. They weren't trying to hurt the man. They just,
I thought when
to
he
fall back
pulled
for
his
my
door
woman,
open,
dog. To
it
fall back for my
triggered
girl.
some kind of
Just
explode or something.
for sure. But
Wait, so what was it?
yo,
Did
Was
it
his
on
we
car
need
players?
to.
drivable afterwards? I'm just
I
curious.
mean,
I
he would
don't.
have to get a new seat. Like the seat was melted. You know,
Oh,
yeah.
ain't
Yeah,
bad.
but
Could we say
guys,
that
we
this
need
nigga
to.
He is
We
lucky.
really
Trash has
need
been a
to move
distraction?
Hey, were images
to
of
the
this car
next topic.
provided into the courtroom? Nobody
Yeah, you
had
can
images.
look at it
It
right
was.
now.
I can look them up.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see a picture of this
Yeah,
car.
yeah. Let me look that up. But yeah, let's move on to this next topic. Once again, Trump threatens to deport Elon Musk. Um, what y'all think about this? Who do y'all think is gonna win this Elon versus Trump war? You basically got money on one side and then power on the other.
I
I
say
like the
Elon
white
wins this.
collar beef. I love me some
Elon wins
white
this
collar beef.
because Trump really can't do much to him. Trump wants to get him deported, but he doesn't have the power to do so. They just gonna be beefing to the end, to the both of them end up dead. They just ain't gonna like each other. I mean, what can you do to him?
Oh, for the next 4 years, Trump the man. Until
Yeah.
hell, it might be for the next 8 years. We just gonna have to see. But
Hmm.
along
Let's not
dog,
speak. Let's not speak that
Trump,
into the air, Cam. But okay.
Trump out here talking
Yeah.
about
Not if
deep.
he had to run again, because Obama gonna run again,
Nah, they got a
and that's
provision
gonna
that
be the
said it
law.
can't.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen the same thing you talk about,
Yeah,
Cam. The provision,
dog.
yeah.
Trump talking about denaturalizing people.
He cannot do
Dude, you know
that.
Mm.
how the powers of the Black
Yes,
Panther
yes,
shifted,
he
man.
can.
Like,
He
Or
can
oh,
he's
do
about
you
that.
to.
taking away your
He's about
American
to figure
card,
out.
man.
He about to figure it out. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Tesla, them EVs, they sure do run on a lot of subsidies. In fact, most people that I know who have a Tesla, when they were buying it, they was like, man, I got that tax credit, man. We got that
Yep.
tax credit on that. They always want to talk about tax credit. That tax credit go away, that's just another expensive car.
Hmm.
You,
Thing
you
is, you
do
got a lot of money
save
being poured
on
into these
maintenance
other
though.
EV
You do save
companies.
on maintenance though, Cam. If you have an electric vehicle, so there's
Oh, nah,
still
don't get me
some
wrong.
upside.
My homie got the performance joint, man. That 0 to 60 goes crazy. It's a good vehicle. Me personally, you know what I mean? I don't be riding in my part time mobiles. But it is that's the thing.
Cam, you
I
quick with
feel
them, man.
like
Would y'all
I
prefer
feel
a
like
Benz or a Tesla?
A Benz or a Tesla?
Man,
Those
give me
motherfuckers
that
out there.
Come
AFG
on.
thing.
Man,
Come
go in that
on, man.
Mercedes, man.
the same thing.
Is that the only option? Is a Mercedes or a Tesla? We got other options.
You the only
Those the
software
two.
developer up in here. You know how y'all do. Soon you get a little money, get that Tesla immediately.
I sure was like, man,
Now look, you
everybody
keep
saying
resisting.
Benz. Hey, man, y'all might see me in that T thing, but
No.
it'll be hard. It'll be hard to buy that car, man. But anyway, what you was finna say, Jalen?
All you gotta do is buy it and get one of them stickers and say I got it before Elon went crazy. I mean, you be lying though, because everybody know you be lying
I
because
mean, you'd have
Elon
to
was
get an
always
old one
crazy.
though.
But yeah, what you was finna say, Jalen?
I feel like Elon really probably gonna come out on top if he able to maintain his foothold with Tesla. If not, he in trouble. Um, I feel like he already getting a lot more competition than he probably expected in that space. You got a lot of money pouring into companies like Rivian. You know, people um, outside of Tesla. So I feel like if that's the case, if he not able to maintain his foothold with Tesla, he may be in trouble. That boy Trump, he might be able to apply some pressure to be able to get him on up out of here, man. I feel like he done crazier things than that. Especially if he not over here like he's supposed to be over here. You know, if he ain't legit, then I mean, if he got anything to grab him by, he gonna get him. I don't see what else he can do. But I mean, to be honest, I just don't see Elon not having all his ducks in a row when it comes to something simple like that for somebody rich as he is.
Them lawyers.
Elon gonna be all right, man. Elon gonna be
Yeah.
okay because Tesla is just one of his things, right? He has so many other
Dog,
things that people,
he owned most of the satellites in space.
and then he's trying to
Hey, that's a bar right
commercialize
there.
flying into space, man.
For
There's a bar
what?
Like,
right there.
like,
That's a
We
bar
talking
right
about
there.
Tony
Commercializing
Stark,
space.
he's
Hey,
Iron
bro,
Man.
I'll never
he's
forget. I'll never forget. They made Elon mad at this, like, it was like this financial summit or something. During this interview, they made him mad. And he was like, and Disney is trying to pull all of their advertisement from Twitter, and it really pissed me off because, and then like the interviewer was even trying to like get at him, and then he said, "Listen, if you want the best car, you get a Tesla. If you want the best internet, you get Starlink. If you want the best rocket ship, you go to SpaceX. If you want, he said, if you want the best neural device, you get Neuralink. He said, and they think they can try to extort me, with money. I said, bro, I've never seen nobody make money look so dirty. He said, with money? They're trying to extort me with money? I said, dang, how dare they? Not with money.
Not with money.
Elon is the
He go,
craziest dude, bro. Like he's just one of them unicorns. Like with the billions, he just became so rich. Like you ain't never seen no billionaire smoking weed on a podcast. He look like Craig on Friday.
Elon Elon gonna mess around and win over the millennials again, and probably Gen Z. That's what's gonna end up happening because I think dude is serious about funding the Democratic Party, and the
He,
Democrats are saying we're not gonna take that, but like behind the curtain,
I'm a
they gonna
Democrat.
take it. Go ahead.
Yeah, give it to me. I'll be right there.
he's
Saying,
talking
hey,
about starting the third party.
Oh yeah,
Elon.
he did say that, but that ain't gonna work though.
He's either gonna do that or he gonna have to go full libertarian.
Yeah,
What actually is
But
a
that's
libertarian?
like very
A,
unlikely
a
though.
What
libertarian is Austin, Texas is like the most libertarian place I've ever been. Like as far as people I actually met them, but basically they
a
want the government out
liberal
of everything.
extremist?
You said what?
A liberal extremist?
a
Nah,
libertarian is basically somebody that thinks there should be no government and you should
yeah.
be 100% self sufficient. So if a libertarian could have it his way, communities will build their own roads. Like, you know what
And
I'm
you would
saying?
pay to drive on that community's road.
So that sounds more Republican-ish.
Yeah,
It's,
but they also at the same time don't want to tell you what to do. Like the Republicans trying to tell you about abortion, trying to tell you what you can't like. You got to be Christian.
so a
So they want
libertarian,
decisions to be made at a city level only.
they
At
want
an
to take it back to
individual level. Every man
Uh,
Choctaw's
for
Chickasaw.
himself.
They want to take it back to Choctaw Chickasaw
I
land,
got my
basically.
house over here with my guns in my house. You over there.
But
This
see,
is
those
my
are like
land.
fairy tale. Those are fairy tales. Society is never like society don't work like that. There is no society like that except
They
like
do
those
and
uncontacted tribes.
I'm
And
about
You're
to, bro.
right.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I feel like what they really want and what they never like could never admit to themselves is they want to live somewhere more like like some of the African countries, where you get your house, you get your little concrete walls around your house. The government, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have to get your generator for your house. The electricity may be a little mad, but I don't, you know what I mean. They just want to like be on their own.
Check this out. Elon, every member of Congress who campaigned on reducing government spending then immediately voted for the biggest debt increase in history. They'll lose their primary next year if it's the last thing I do on this earth.
That's that
So
ketamine.
basically, he said he gonna fund whoever their opponents are the same way he funded Trump and the Republicans during this race.
he ain't gonna do nothing but get finessed out his socks again. Trump and them played him like the white boy at the park who wanna hang with the gang, bro. They did him, bro. It's too late. You already bought all our clothes. And you still ain't with the Mac team. I got the jersey now. Who did Theo like that on the Cosby Show?
I think it could work. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh
It could
man.
definitely work. Especially if he come out there again with every election being like, I'm gonna give $1 million if you vote for this other person. He got the money. He can do that like 200 times.
Well, see, what he did was he came out and said, I'm doing a lottery on people who vote. And you know the only person that's gonna win, right? Wink, wink. Like if you
Exactly.
only gonna win if you voted for Trump. He can't necessarily say, "Hey, I won't pay y'all to vote."
I mean, that's
Mhm.
true, but he could do that across a bunch of elections across the country. I'm just saying, if the man wants to get creative, I
has
believe him.
has anybody seen Bernie Sanders' interview with Joe Rogan?
No, I
No,
haven't. I saw
that's
it
gotta
pop
be
up, but I
interesting.
haven't watched it yet.
Well, they really own him about like just catching him. Like he would accuse the Trump administration of certain things, and then Joe Rogan will flip it back on him. He'd be like, he said, Elon Musk gave Donald Trump such and such billions of dollars, and I believe that is just wrong. That should be against American policy, and da da da. He's like, but did Kamala Harris raise like $2.5 billion in 30 days? You know what I'm saying? And backed by large companies as well. And he was like, backpedaling, and then
But
he was talking,
Bernie has been adamantly against that, Democrat or Republican. I will say.
but he didn't diss Kamala. He didn't say nothing bad about her. Right. So that's what people was on him about. And then he said something else about like Trump coming back suing ABC News or suing somebody for making false claims or making stuff up or whatever. And then he was like, he
Yeah.
think that's wrong for Trump to go after the media. He trying to control them. And then
See,
he pulled
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think that's the difference though, man. Like if Kamala would have been elected and then the people that gave her these billions of dollars, if she decided to put them in higher positions, on the highest positions in the country and make decisions for our whole entire country, then you could kind of point the finger at her and be like, well, didn't she do the same thing? Like just getting donations from people, that's the name of the game. Trump, on the other hand, got all this money and then gave these people power to make decisions. And now that's like, oh, you scratch my back, quick pro quo. That's exactly what that was. So I think that's the difference. So I'm gonna have to watch this video because I'm surprised that Bernie Sanders got stumped whenever Joe Rogan said that because it
I mean,
seemed like an easy.
I would push back on what you just said. Like that's what politics is. I give you money, you do my bidding. You know what I'm saying? You the one with the pen. So
But
if
putting
I
them in
pay
the
you,
power, like
then you
putting
stroke
them
it.
in the seat though,
Yeah,
I ain't never
yeah,
seen that.
bro. Like that, I'm just saying. Like if I have an intention and I give you a big donation, the expectation is that my intentions, my goals are to be met. If one of my goals is I want to head up a government efficiency team, I gave you 200 million.
You
That's
remember
true.
what you remember the video that Anthony sent us from All In podcast with Chamath or whatever his name is on there, and
Yeah,
he was like, I had dinner with the with Obama and everything, and I was the donor and everything, and I could they weren't listening to me when I was telling them what to do, but with this White House, all I have to do is pick up a phone and somebody answers right away.
So do you so
I
with that example then, I mean, Anthony, do you believe still that that's how every single party or every single president and their cabinet has acted the way that Trump's is right now?
no, but but before you respond, I want to ask you: just because things have been done a certain way, does that mean that they should always be done that way?
I mean, yeah, if we're talking about if paying for big decisions across the country to be made, then yeah, we should never allow somebody that just has a bunch of money to get their way. Just
Dog,
like
do
and
you
affects
know?
everybody.
Do you know what a lobbyist is?
I was literally about to say that is lobbying, and trust me, I know about lobbying. My brother-in-law does that for a living. Like I know what it is, but she's not getting elected to be. She's not being chosen to be in a spot to make decisions for the whole entire country because she gave so many millions of dollars to somebody. That's the difference that I'm making. And my whole point of bringing that up is that if because you brought up the Kamala comparison and then the to Trump, and they're saying, well, she got $2.5 billion in a couple of days. If she would have put these people that gave her that money in those positions, of course, yeah, I'll help you out. I'll pass a couple things for you. Yeah, but I'm not gonna give you direct power to go there and dismantle things or put things in place that specifically
I'm
benefit
I'm a I'm
you.
gonna say
That's how
this. I'm gonna say
Washington
this
works.
one last thing, and then I'll give you a chance to
You say
respond,
that's how Washington
then we
works,
can
King?
move on.
Grease and
But
palms,
bro,
baby.
who like
It's wrong.
if Elon is nothing, he is an inefficiency killer. Like if you look at SpaceX, dude, some of the parts that they used to use for the space shuttles at NASA and stuff, dude, Elon, he got parts that was worth thousands of dollars a piece. He got the manufacturing down to a fraction of that. Same thing with electric cars. If he's nothing else, he's great at efficiency. So just because he was the one who actually gave the money, you think he should just put somebody in there that's less competent at doing that than him? He probably the best person in the job. He probably the best person for that job.
I get the point that you're making, but it can't be un. Well, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but you have to keep watch of it. That's all. That will be the whole point there. Like, yes, I agree with you. He is a super efficient person, but you can't just give this man power just to do whatever he wants to do and unchecked.
Oh,
That's
he
that's what
didn't though.
happened.
He didn't. A lot of the cuts the Doge wanted to make, you need Congress approval. But okay, let's move on to the next topic. Do y'all want to talk about this? Do y'all think the United States, superpower China, do y'all think we can beat them? I'm not talking about war, but just like as a global superpower, the direction they're trending, the direction we're trending. What do y'all think? Is this something y'all want to talk about, or y'all want to move on to the next
We can talk about this. What you talking about? You talking about our economy growing past theirs? I'm talking about
one? Well,
war,
yeah, I'm talking. No, not
geopolitic
war.
influence.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about influence, innovation, tech, economy. GDP growth.
Um, I think we can win in certain arenas, and other arenas we gonna definitely lose. The fact that there's literally a billion people there is a gift and a curse. I mean, they got more brains, but they also got more mouths to feed, and so they have a greater dependency on a lot of resources. There, they also have greater control over their country and citizens within it, which less innovation. But get your ass on that computer and get the coding right now, or get the building. They can kind of just make the people do stuff. I don't know, man. America, if you even looking at this bill coming out, we're going backwards. Like, it's all this drill baby drill and all this oil and stuff, and not really moving towards like the newer technologies like battery tech and solar and wind and all this stuff. It just seems like we're gonna fall behind because we kind of have more of an anti-science conservative regime. Like, think about the word, man. Conservative. Conservatism basically wants to keep things the same or go backwards. It's the opposite of progress.
I agree, man. It's
But I think it should be a mixture of both. Some things should stay the same, and then some
Most
things should
Americans moderate, man, but we don't got nobody representing that right now in politics.
Yeah, but see, I feel like something just got too big for your britches. I believe they're trying to make Democrat and Republican stretch across. They're trying to make it so broad because every new kind of person that come out, they trying to capture their vote some kind of way. You know, so I believe that Democrat and Republican is too broad. It used to mean one thing, but they trying to cover every type of every ideology in the country. They're trying to cover every human type, six finger people, seven finger people. Y'all Democrats, and we represent you. You know what I'm saying? And the right side, hey, if you believe that German people are the number one specimens on earth, you with us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's become they generalized the party so much that they just trying to fit every type of person into one of those.
Well, you got to think too, man. America's a relatively young country, and so is our political system. I mean, you look at some of these other countries like Canada or in Europe or Germany, you're looking at more of like they do the ranked choice voting, and it'll be more so like a coalition, or like you know what I mean. Like, okay, the center right Republicans won, and so won the majority of the votes, and then the second majority of the votes went to Democrats, and then the third majority of the votes went to the Democratic Socialists. Two of those people, or maybe three of those people, are going to have to get together to form a coalition government and push policies. We just have a winner takes all system essentially at this point. But some other countries kind of have things where, it's not just one or the other. You can kind of get a mix. That's just kind of where the current system lies.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I think a
They got
lot of
like
the
it's like a
U.S.
point
is
system.
capitalism. It's like we're more interested in the development of the business or the development of how to make a dollar quicker. Whereas, in other places like China, I think there is a higher importance placed on things like uplifting society as a whole, the environment, technology, not only in the business sense, in the consumer sense, but also just in the environmental and infrastructure sense as well. You see it with things like, bullet trains and better recycling systems and public scenes and stuff like that. Whereas in the United States, it's like you get pockets of this here and there where the people who are in a city or the companies who are in a city have taken a vested interest in the environment or in technology. So if you go to a place like Seattle or go to Silicon Valley, you see a stark difference in versus a lot of the United States. It's just not a big importance being placed on actual, I think, development of society, development of infrastructure in that way is more towards the consumerism.
Yay!
Yeah,
I implore you to watch the recent interview with Peter Thiel from the New York Times because a lot of what you're saying is kind of reflected in that. And basically, like Peter Thiel is like he thinks like Greta, Greta Thunberg, like the little environmentalist young chick who be like doing all the speeches and stuff. He thinks her and the environmental movement is essentially the antichrist and basically causing stagnation. And then that like environment people being concerned about the environment is what's really holding back progress because he believes in basically technological progress by any means necessary. Even if it means if we're trying to cure dementia or Alzheimer's, then we should be basically experimenting on terminally ill people for these things. I'll say that.
yeah. One thing I want to say to you, Jalen, and we can move after this top after I say this. But see, the thing is, I agree with you that China they believe in like uplifting the society. But see, the beauty of capitalism, see, capitalism get a bad rep But what people don't realize is capitalism is what drives innovation. And let me tell you why I say that. So, with socialism or authoritarianism or whatever, you have a small group of people that's saying, let's do this, right? And then the country moves that way or organization moves that way. But no group of people is smarter than millions of people. You know what I'm saying? And so an example of that would be look at the transistor, right? The transistor is what allowed computers to be created, right? Back in the 1900s, do you think that a person could have said, "Hey, let's start experimenting with electricity and these transistor chips or whatever was the precursor to it, and let's try to get this transistor working so that we could ultimately build a computer"? It's no way a person could have conjured that up. You know what I'm saying? They would have just been saying, "Hey, let's put more money into factories, into industrial things." You know, they wouldn't. Tech didn't exist. They wouldn't have known to try to create technology. But
Exactly.
of the millions of people in the United States, one dude said, "Man, let me try this. Oh, that's kind of cool." Couldn't get no further. Then the next group of people said, "Let me pick up from what he did and try this, try that." And over time, they invented that transistor, and that's why I can talk to you right now, even though you hundreds of miles away, and I can still see all of y'all's faces at the same time, and we in different places. You know, so it's like that. Like, that one person could never direct that type of innovation. And that's why socialism and all those other systems don't work. Capitalism, where you got a million people putting input into something. I think this, I think this. Somebody is going to have the right idea to move forward.
But that implies a lot of collaboration as well. And I think it definitely is a valid point, but I think you also have silo culture within that too. So instead of a lot of collaboration and picking up on lessons learned and what did this company do versus this company, a lot of that becomes proprietary, and you have competition for who can kind of get there first instead of working together and like really just coming with that final product. I think in other systems you can see kind of like the benefit of, not to say like authoritarianism, but like really directing a group or a single entity based off of one hive mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like one think tank. You really can like drive it. 'Cause, I mean, I think even the nuclear bomb was probably a good example of that. That's not necessarily like something they was racing towards for, profit. It was something that, think tanks came together and said, okay, how can we be essentially the world power if we get a hold of this new power or something like that. So I think it's both points on that one.
Well, what I would say back to that is competition is also the driver, the missing component to what you're saying.
Oh, for sure.
If you got what's the battery company, Rayovac, and then you
Yeah.
also got Duracell, right? Two battery companies, Rayovac, Duracell. If they was both one company and they didn't stand anything to gain, do you think Duracell would have created the longest lasting battery that we know now, or do you think they would have just stopped and been like, we not gonna really gain nothing by innovating this technology"? See what I'm saying? Duracell is trying to beat Rayovac, and Rayovac is trying to beat Duracell. And that's why batteries are more efficient and powerful today than they was 20 years ago. That
That's
For
good.
competition
sure. Like I
drives
think I
innovation.
think competition does breed, yeah, innovation for sure. I just think that it's not like the singular causation, because I think in other cases you have people who, for instance, just take scientists for, example, these people are pushing the envelope just for the like the chase of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
not necessarily a competition driven state in everything. no, for sure. Fair point.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go
Definitely
ahead
think we
and
should make
move.
that a topic for a future pod because I want to. I have some thoughts on that because I kind of lean toward what Jay's saying. I think the human species is a very inefficient species. We're probably one of the most inefficient species out there, even though we are the
Okay.
most intelligent. But we
No.
should definitely talk about
What
that.
what
Okay,
what
let me ask
topic
you something.
specifically so I can write it down?
Let's talk about innovation. We can talk. I
Under
don't know.
capitalism or
You
something?
can tie it to capitalism versus communism or whatever, but ultimately innovation and like how productive we are as a society.
Capitalism,
But
capitalism allows people to flourish. All them socialism countries and communist countries, bro, they be broke, especially them socialists.
I
They
hear
be
you
broke.
about
They
them,
can
Reagan.
work.
facts,
Tell
bro.
them,
That's
Reagan.
They
facts.
always be poverty. It's
It's facts,
poverty.
though.
Yeah, I'm telling you though, it's poverty, all that stuff. See, capitalism allows people like me to thrive. I can stretch my wings as long as I want to.
As
If
long
but
as you
with
can make them.
socialism, you put me in a box. That'll kill somebody like me. If no matter how hard I work, I'm in the same position as this dude right here who don't do nothing, who just want to sit in the house and drink beers and watch TV. That would kill me.
Facts, facts.
Man, I
So capitalism is what it is. It's hey, if you kill 100 deers or if you kill one deer, it's all on you. Okay, you ain't free when you in a socialist
Can I
world.
ask you a question? Can I ask you a
Yeah.
question? Why we not put billions of billions or trillions of dollars towards cancer research to figure out how to cure cancer for the whole entire
Well,
planet?
Cam, when you've been trying to figure something out for almost 100 years and you ain't did it yet, I'm gonna stop putting money over there.
Nah.
Do you think that
I'm
we
gonna
that
give up on you.
collectively we you think we put trillions of dollars towards it in
Cam.
our modern age?
Let me
Yes, they
ask you
put a
this though.
lot
Let
of
me ask you this, Shaq. Let me ask you this. Do you think do you think it my money would be more efficient and effective if I was competing for a holy grail prize? If I can cure cancer, man, you know how much money I can make? Or if there was no prize at all and I just you just getting free money to do research. The competition is gonna drive that innovation. You got thousands of companies across the world, pharmaceutical companies trying to cure this thing. They trying
Right.
to be the first one. They trying to beat this next guy because there's a reward at the end of
And it's all proprietary, right? Like they're all keeping what they know to each other for the most part. What I'm
Yeah,
saying is
and they're not trying to
you
kill
guys are
cancer.
tying this to something that we have made up as a species, right? We found a way to value work and effort that people put into things, right? In exchange of that to each other. What I'm saying is, as a species, when I say we're inefficient, I'm taking out the money part of it. This is something that serves the whole entire world. Let's figure it out. Let's make it happen, right? Let me
Cam.
paint a couple of examples. Has
Great.
anybody seen Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You see, saying Game of Thrones. All right, so y'all seen the whole thing, so you know the end with the Night King. I won't give any spoilers just in case there's somebody watching this pod that's in the middle of the series. But we all know what happens if you've seen the whole end of it. That there's a threat, right? And this threat is threatening the whole entire world. Yet you still have some people that are like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to fight that. I don't want to band together with y'all and go fight this. Right? Like that's what I mean by inefficiency. This if this thing is hurting the whole entire world, no matter what it costs, no matter what we need to do, we all need to work together to figure it out. That's the point that I'm getting at. That's the hive mind.
Okay.
Like ants
What
and bees have it figured out, but the human race can't figure out.
ants and
We need to fix
bees?
this.
Okay, guess what, Cam? Ants are not
Hey,
building
hey,
better
hey,
ant
not
mounds.
Hey,
that.
let's get this right, man.
I
Hold
mean, not
on.
my fault. My
Did my
fault. I
name
was
say
looking at
Cam?
Cam. I was looking at Cam, bro. I was
He's
looking at
trying to
Cam.
keep saying.
Hey, hold on, man.
Oh wait, I was looking at Cam. My fault. Because Cam usually the one who always come with some crazy stuff. Now, Shaq, look, man. And look, even the AI messed y'all names up. Even the AI called him Shaq with a CH. Come on, man.
Too many
But
light skinned people on here.
but anyway, ants are not building better ant mounds than they were 100 years ago. But humans are building way better houses than they were
Well,
100
we
years
have
ago.
our brains are way bigger than theirs.
No, you
But they
said
work
most
collectively.
efficient.
But they work collectively towards
And
one
if
goal, right?
socialists now there are, and then I want to say
See,
this to Cam, the
I'm
real
with.
Cam.
One ant pile does. See, let me push back 1 second, Arcane.
So hold on, hold on, hold on, because
There's no
I want
better
to bite off
I,
on
coordination
this
I got it.
in
abstract.
the animal kingdom than humans.
You said say what now? Everybody was
There's
talking at the same time.
there's no greater coordination in the animal kingdom than humans. The most amount of gorillas you can have living in one family is at most 20. The way we have 330 million Americans that get up every day, stop at stop signs, go to Whataburger, pay to get food. This is unseen in any other aspect of life on earth. Go ahead.
Jalen.
Man,
Yeah, so even with the ants, right? Like, because I feel where you coming from. Like, COVID is a prime example. We had
Literally.
so many different countries that took a different approach at tackling COVID. I mean, even from the origin country, we took what they said and said, hey, we said, fuck what they doing. We gonna do what we think is best. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like even in that, the world could not come together and have a combined effort on how to tackle this thing that impacted the entire world. So I feel where he coming from with the inefficiency. Now, as far as the insects and ants, I'm with you on that. Like the coordination that is like I follow this page on Snapchat where it goes to like his pet ants and he have different species and they go at it and he drop anyway. My point being is that shows me that there are different types of ants. And like if you take the ants from Africa, just for a bad example, and you put them in the same space as the ants from America, those ants gonna go at it. For all the coordination that they have in that species, those ants are gonna they're gonna go at it because they have two totally different ways of approaching life. And it's just like not even humans, the most intelligent animal on this planet, are exempt from that. It's like there are some fundamental differences in being in different locales that is just like that nature versus nurture argument. You know what I'm saying? Nature has a big impact on just everything. And I think that's part of the reason why we can't come together as a whole, on a lot of different things. And that's part of the inefficiency of the human species. But I see to Ant's point, like within a system, within a silo, I mean, you don't get any better coordination from, any other species on the planet than human because of that brain power.
Look, if
Another thing that I want to say in regards to my point is, like, bro, when you think about what humans have accomplished, like it's insane. Like, bro, if you really think about it, what is a country? You know,
I
it's
agree that we
something
have accomplished a lot.
that we all collectively agree is a thing. You see that level of collaboration, bro? Like a dollar. What is a dollar really? It's
Exactly.
all something
That's
that
not
we
that's not
I
lost
gotta
on
say
me,
this,
but we
has
could be
value.
more
But
efficient.
if you think about it, ants and insects are like just as
and
Not at
adaptive
all.
as we are.
You
Because guess
the
what?
ant pile
They
in
were
your
in the
front yard,
caves with us. And guess what? They in the skyscrapers with us too. You know what I'm saying? Like
the
no matter
ants in
what,
your front
no matter what
the
we
ants
bring,
Stay
no
in the
matter
the
what we
same
ants
come
on the
up
cave.
with, they gonna be there.
The
Cockroaches.
ants on
Look
the
at
left side of
cockroaches.
your
I
front
don't care
yard
what you
and the
do.
ants on the
They on
right side of
nuclear
your front
sites.
yard will never collaborate on anything.
Because they're in like two different planets or
But
two different
I don't know.
universes.
They
Like,
might be
Even
too
if you put
close
them
to say
together,
that
they
they
would
won't
never
collaborate.
collaborate.
my thought
I
process
think
is
if they close, they probably collaborate.
I personally wanna go at
Look that
Cam
up.
and Shaq for saying I'm Ronald Reagan and saying that socialism really worked. Well, if
hold
socialism really
on.
what if
I ain't never
socialism really
said
worked,
it
you
really
got
worked.
other countries that's out here socialists. How come
Sweden,
they ain't
check out
cured
Sweden
cancer?
for
How
socialism.
come they ain't cured
Hold
cancer?
on, hold
His
on,
name
How
hold on.
really
come they not
socialism.
doing
they don't
But we
have
don't
anything?
have
they
a
don't have
fully
the
democratic
But
resources.
system.
wait
We
a
don't
Yes,
have
they
a
minute.
fully
do.
democratic system.
Hold on.
We don't have a
Listen,
fully democratic system. You can't
we
say with
gotta we
Trump doing
gotta
the
look
things
at
that he's doing in office right now that we have a fully democratic system. Let's not ignore it. Now, if we look at a place like Sweden and these other spots that got a whole a whole bunch of socialism in them, they doing pretty decently. You know what I'm saying?
hold
We
on,
just
man.
can't
We
talk in
what we gotta
totality.
really acknowledge is the places where you do see some socialism implemented with success. What we really looking at is socio-capitalism. So you can have all the hallmarks in the competition of the laissez-faire capitalism system, the free market. But what I advocate for, you can have some social principles in there, some regulation to raise the floor. So if Bubba Hicks over there ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, he don't have to live in poverty. You know what I mean? We can raise the standard of living up. We got enough resources now,
Yeah.
man. You go to the grocery store, they throwing most of the food away.
Yeah.
Like, people don't have to go as hungry as they go. We don't have to deny people health care. I think that people have evolved enough and we have enough abundance of most resources. I would say probably energy is the most tenuous one that one can, and then just pure junk. But when it comes to the basics, as far as food and water sustenance, those things aren't something that you really just gotta starve people of and pit them to the death for. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody can't be Big Bezos out there in the French Riviera, out there in Valencia, all on the yachts. You gotta work, you gotta
Mhm.
dog eat dog world work better than somebody for that. But these places like Sweden and Germany and Europe, you know, you can do a little bit more. The problem is with America, America big as hell. It's 300 some billion what is it, 330 million people here? Not billion, 330 million people, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Close to
Yeah,
it's
300, about
approaching
330
400.
some million people. I mean, I don't know how many people live in Sweden, but way less than that, and almost everybody is white. And that also helps because you also see in these countries that kind of there's 10 Sweden population is 10.5 million people. These other countries, a lot of times where these social policies really work, well, everybody's kind of the same. You when you really think about back in the day, FDR started throwing out the New Deal. They said, "Oh, Social Security, all this is all right." Until them black people started asking for some stuff. They said, hold on now. It's just a complicated dance. Somebody, the thing with humans in general, and this what makes us good at capitalism, is you always gonna want to see somebody lower than you. You always gonna want to beat somebody. You gonna want to win. So that's when it gets a little tricky, but we ain't got to everybody have to live equality. Those are my thoughts.
I definitely feel what you're saying. Don't raise the floor. That's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't gotta have because, like I said, I don't think we have a fully democratic system. So I mean, you have little taste of this and that in any system, democrat. I mean,
We're a democratic
political system.
republic,
I
yeah.
feel like I think you could take a little bit of socialism and sprinkle it here and there, and you'll be fine. You definitely would raise that floor of the general just how everybody living over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think, well, history says that capitalism as the base driver of economic development, with a little bit of smart socialist policies, it can produce prosperity. That's what happened post World War II. Um,
Sound like
any final thoughts on that?
My last thought I would say on that is if you want to see the success on a smaller scale from an organizational perspective, look at the NFL. The NFL is essentially pretty much a socialist organization. They do revenue sharing and they cap the amount of money that each team can really spend on their players. So it's kind of like artificially leveled out. It's not like baseball and these other sports where you the New York or the LA team, oh, I'm spending 700 million on the players. You can't do that. You got the salary cap in the league. It artificially just basically stops people from being different for as far as like compensation and just NBA ran into this. You had two small market teams in the playoffs. Ain't nobody want to watch it. NFL, they will make you think that the Cleveland Browns, when they winning, is the most exciting thing ever. It's just the thing. They prop up their lowest people in the league versus in other places, and that's a good way to kind of look at these things. It's still capitalist and still competition based, but there is a social regulatory factor in there to keep everybody afloat, and that's all.
We can agree on that. All right,
that's hard.
let's move on to the fun topic of the day.
How
I don't
come
want to ruffle.
socialism and they ain't curing nothing? All cures come from capitalist countries. Everything, all the best weapons, everything that you use right now came from a capitalist country. Them socialists don't be doing nothing but buying the stuff that capitalist countries make. And I just want to say that and let that be that. Capitalism now, capitalism tomorrow, capitalism forever. The black Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go ahead and move to this next topic. I don't want to ruffle no feathers, but the most and least attractive male hobbies has been revealed according to women. So some of the most attractive things they say are reading foreign languages, playing an instrument, woodworking, archery, photography, stuff like that. And now let's get into the least attractive
Yeah, who out here
hobby.
getting some get some multilingual? Uh,
Let's get into this one. Comic books. Cosplay. DJ.
Jalen.
I know you into that. Jalen, I know y'all into that. MTG, that's
what
like a
cosplay?
Dungeons and Dragons type of game.
Oh,
Anime. DJ, I know that's you.
What is the MTG?
Down
Makeup,
here, I know, yeah, man. And the
makeup,
Manosphere.
cigars,
God,
clothing,
is porn
marijuana, Funko Pops, arguing online,
Oh man.
porn,
Like
gambling,
that is
and
how even
manosphere.
is that? You know, that's what kept this list out to me. When you put arguing online pisses me off less than comic books and debating and drinking and like how do you what crypto? How do you even put crypto on there?
Arcane, was I
Like
not to action earlier? I said, hold on. So the fact that if I at the right day, if Pepe take off to the moon, is a problem that I don't got rich.
If
that's
Pepe hit a dollar,
crazy.
if Pepe hit a dollar, we all rich.
We all rich.
Y'all
What is
good? Y'all good at looking
manosphere?
at the image?
Yeah.
Mm.
What's manosphere?
Um,
Yeah, what
that
is
just
manosphere? Explain
Like
that.
Andrew Tate, Kevin
Oh,
Samuels.
Oh.
Y'all
okay.
ever seen that Fresh and Fit
See,
dude?
they don't dislike that much. They okay with that.
Did y'all already look at the attractive list?
I think all of that
Yeah.
on
yeah,
the
we looked at it
attractive list,
already.
they looking for a productive brother on that attractive list because everything on there look like it might make some money.
It just sound
Man, they
good. The thing
cap is
is,
what they is. The fact that I saw multilingual in the top three, I said, I don't know what they because
I don't know,
these
homeboy. Get bring out them languages on your girl. It might be a wrap.
Well, you know, when people be on this list, they don't usually show what they truly think. They just come with ideals, right?
Yeah.
Right. They get out of their reality. I was talking to DJ about that. They get outside of reality and just say, oh, the perfect guy's a guy who just sitting in the house reading a book, trying to figure out how to make more money so I can go on a shopping spree and not do nothing. That's what comes to their head. But then when they really out looking at guys and it's a dude and they see him in the club, they ain't asking about no reading. They ain't asking about no foreign language.
No.
They ain't asking about none of that stuff. This dude could be like, it can sound dumb as a brick. I mean, because people say they hate deadbeats. And the women, they say they hate deadbeats. They hate these guys who are just like, who are misogynists. And they just say all this stuff. But then at the end of the day, them dudes always got kids. Them dudes always somehow find a kid. And like everybody always find the
what they want to admit is they like the access of somebody who is just there all the time, somebody they can be under all the time, somebody that they know ain't even got the means to get up and go nowhere. They can't hop on the plane, train, or car, to get to where they need to be or want to be. So they know that they at home chilling, or at least in the nearby vicinity. You know what I'm saying? I think they like that. It's comfortable for them. In a lot of cases, when you got that go-getter, that dude who speak multiple languages ain't sitting up at home with you. This dude, he speak multiple languages because he travel, because he use it for something. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody just
ain't nobody just
home
like ain't nobody at home just
language
casually trying to learn. Nobody finna learn Portuguese just casually, like just fluently, just casually. Oh yeah, y'all
Yeah,
gonna learn
just
Portuguese.
coming back. Come on, bro.
It's, hey, bro,
I ain't learning
speak
German.
Chinese just for the hell of it.
Hang on.
To be at work teaching.
Yeah, you ain't know I could do that, did you?
No, I had no.
Nah,
I never would have kissed.
But yeah, Jay, let me tell you something. Oh, you know, whatever. You ever see a movie and a girl go catch the nigga cheating or something? Say, how did you know? They say, woman's intuition. Well, that woman's intuition don't never work on shit else. It only work with it don't never work. It don't work whenever you try to catch a dude being a deadbeat daddy. It don't work figuring out a dude or loser. It don't never work. It's only good. It's like, bro, that woman intuition, that's the biggest scam they never came out with. Hey, look,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
got a point though.
because you got dudes out here like, oh, that dude right there, man, that dude is a straight clown. I wouldn't want my daughter having a kid with that dude. It's like dudes that can tell you a dude is just like a complete douchebag, right? And then a girl will go and have a baby by him and then be like, I didn't know he was like that. And niggas be like, you ain't know that dude? Like, you know what I mean? I think man's intuition is better. Hey, man, look.
Hey, that might be a clip.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you know, man. That list, man. That's crazy. That's just like fairy tale. I don't even know, like, cause that's the thing, bro. A lot of y'all is not gonna be in the spaces. We just talking about the general populace. You're not gonna be in the spaces, and if you had that, you wouldn't enjoy that because that's gonna be somebody who always onto something, and you gonna want more time. You gonna want more this, more that. It ain't gonna. I don't know. That's different.
Did you feel personally
But that's also when
hobbies?
you get into the gold digger status as well. So that I think
that's another thing me and DJ was talking about today.
Yeah,
that's another thing me and DJ was talking about today.
Probably don't care about the quality time.
I respect gold diggers. I'm gonna say it again. I respect gold diggers, bro. You know why? Because if I was a woman, I'd much rather have a bunch of dudes snarling, looking at me saying, "Oh, she a gold digger, she a gold digger," and to be one of them people on Facebook crying about my non-helping baby daddy who broke in a deadbeat, that ain't got nothing. I'd much rather be the gold digger, man. If I was a woman, yeah, because a lot of y'all boys can't touch me.
Buying that Benz.
Ray
You
and
can't have
them,
a
y'all
gold
can't
digger
touch
without a
me.
trick, bro.
Hey,
You
look,
can't
bro.
have a gold digger
Men
without a
are
trick. So
tricks
why
and
would
they
I
out
be mad
here.
at the lady?
Yeah, men are
Yeah, why
tricks
would I be
and they
mad
out
at
here.
her?
That's just what it
She
is,
just
bro. Jalen is the only dude in my life who I've ever seen who ain't never spent $1 on a woman. He the biggest
Oh yeah,
player
oh yeah.
ever. He the
Jay.
only dude I ever seen who never
Oh
spent $1
Jay, oh
on
yeah.
a woman, never
Jay
took
Burst. Oh
nobody
yeah,
on
Jay
dates.
Burst took and said the Himalayas on it, man.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
Jalen the only dude
I just
ever.
have an extreme anti-tricking policy. I have an extreme
Anti-trick.
anti-tricking policy,
I don't
and
know
I'm
how you. I
highly
don't know how
disappointed
you.
in any of my friends that got tricked. That's it. I'm just
You said
honest.
you'll be highly
That's all.
disappointed of what?
So you
If
can't
my
stand.
friends,
So you
get
can't stand
tricked,
Arcadian then.
it hurts my soul.
He
I don't
said,
like to call no
So you
names.
can't stand. So you can't stand Arcadian then. Okay.
Cam, don't let
No names in public.
Cam, don't let DJ fool you on
Hey,
nothing.
hey, hey,
I
hey.
can tell you something right now.
I have learned from my tricker's behavior in my younger days.
Foul out. Foul out. Foul out.
Cam, DJ has spent more money.
Hey, as long
Whoa,
as you
This
whoa,
man
don't
whoa,
spent
learn,
whoa, whoa.
10%.
as
Hold on
long as you
now.
don't learn.
This
Let's
man
not run
spent
out. Let's not
10%
run
of
out.
his check. All right.
That's
DJ
crazy. He
will
don't
blow
even
that.
tie it.
last time I saw Jay, he was tricking.
Oh, sure was. Sure
Huh?
was.
Oh, hey, tell me about this, man. I gotta
Full
hear.
time.
He
What?
got DJ.
Hey, did you see me with my sister?
What?
That was my sister, man. Don't keep trying to front for the cameras, dog.
That was my
It's
sister,
okay, Jay. You
bro.
amongst friends, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. That boy DJ, though, he walk around
Yeah,
with
because
ones in
we
his
seen
pocket.
him, we was out, and I seen wrong friend.
That boy, man, just
That's
trying to stay innocent
crazy.
on the pod, man. Look at you. That boy can't even look at the camera.
Nah,
Even
you
open his
wildin',
eyes.
bro.
He said, "What up, my
Man,
sister? What's the
You
cousin?"
wildin'.
Cam. Me and Cam was
Nah,
up there
you
at, remember we asked
wildin'.
old girl.
That's
We asked old girl. She was like, "Yeah, I feel like he was trying to sell me a car." You remember that, Cam? Oh my god.
the cap stars have arrived.
Nah,
This
she
is
wasn't
wrong
talking
now.
about Jay.
This is wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's
This
your
is wrong.
you got another topic?
Hey, man,
But
you
yeah, man. Huh?
Anyway, free that boy Diddy,
I
man.
don't do that because I tell somebody quick I am broke. I ain't because I just feel like how do you have the audacity to ask people for stuff? I hate
I
asking
tell him
people.
straight up, I ain't got no money. Don't even try it.
Yeah, I say I'm broke. I'm broke. I say, listen,
But that's
I
how
ain't
you that's how
broke.
you could really like just go
That's
ahead
all
and
I'm
just
gonna
trick
say
them.
to people.
So like you really never spend money, like you ain't never. I ain't talking about give them cash, but like if y'all finna go out to eat, do you pay for the food?
Damn.
Man,
He think hard.
I ain't do all that. That's all I'm saying.
That silence was crazy.
Wait, we don't want to do him like that on camera,
I
man.
do.
Jay is a good guy, bro.
Dog, you don't even get the chicken wings for him?
Cause that's
Hey,
y'all problem.
you might be, bro.
He said, hey, you
Y'all
gotta cook
get
your
in a
own ranch.
situation that y'all be trying to eat. Y'all be trying to eat. Y'all get in the situation. Y'all be trying to wine and dine. That's all. I'm just leave it there.
He missed the get you girl geek.
Y'all be trying to have
So you ain't never even went out to eat. Hey, this boy next level, man.
Why you
So you never went to
eat before they
McDonald's?
come?
Oh man,
Hey, bro,
Jay.
you might be.
Oh man.
What you mean? Why you coming over here hungry? That's crazy. What are we doing?
Hungry?
Goodness
That type of
gracious.
stuff make
Hey
me
Jay,
mad. I'm just
she got a
like,
whole kitchen at
why
the
would you
crib,
wait
don't it,
till you
Jay?
come over here? That's crazy.
Should have rolled past all kind of restaurants once you got to your house. Hey
I'm gonna be in the hey, it's just
This
like
man
you
had
don't
a
go and play a
girlfriend for
sport
10 years
on
and
the
never
on the
even
empty
took out to
stomach.
eat.
I don't even know what
The
she.
girl, that's
Yeah,
different.
like that's a
That's
record
different.
right there.
You're like, it's some bread and
That's
some lunch
different.
meat in the
That's not
refrigerator.
Hey, bro, that boy done hit a record, man. How you go
Cam,
10 years
no,
without
Cam,
without
she got to
buying
bring on,
Wendy's,
bread. He
bro?
said not a bread.
BYOB.
BYOB, you got to bring
I'm
on
That
sorry.
bread.
boy went.
Can she
I be
use your
capping.
mayonnaise, man?
I ain't do that. Relationship.
Any
He
juice
said,
in
That's
can,
what
here?
they
he
come
Nah,
said,
for.
can she use them, man?
Can she
Oh,
use the
man.
mayonnaise,
That's what they
man?
come for.
Is she coming up?
That's the whole purpose. That's what I've been trying to say the whole time. Y'all try to
I
eat.
know you lying, dog, because I know them
Y'all
Mississippi girls.
He's super cat, Cam. We just playing. We just
Jalen
playing.
crazy.
be what?
Jalen crazy.
They be what?
Hey,
I know they be eating, dog. I know they don't. What?
Cam, yeah, they eat. They're not on J Dime, bro.
He said they find
You see
somewhere
me,
else.
Cam, do you see me? Do it look
Do
like I done ate a lot in my college career?
Look,
but yeah,
Hey,
man.
don't
That's
nobody come to me looking for food.
for sure, for sure. But yeah, man. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts on
I'm
that
just
topic?
a
I know DJ
Mississippi
felt a little
boy.
attacked by
Nah.
the list because all
I
his
mean,
hobbies was at the bottom.
not all my hobbies, man. A lot of my hobbies are more at the top than the bottom, man. I don't gamble. Let's go back. Put the list back up. Let me tell you what I don't do on the list.
Don't you be
What's up?
dressing up like a fairy and stuff?
Nah, that ain't really
Man,
my
don't tell
thing.
them
Man.
folks
That
what
ain't
you
really
do
my.
and don't do.
y'all heard
Could
about
have
Malik
sworn.
Beasley. Y'all heard about Malik Beasley. Oh, it's a little
Oh
small
yeah, I
bit.
saw the gambling, situation he got going on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was finna close this topic and ask if y'all had anything else y'all wanted to
So
speak
Malik
on.
Beasley made $59 million in his career in the NBA, and now he's currently in debt about $8 million.
Man,
He lost a bet to his barber for 25 million. I mean 25,000. I was like, damn, that barber paid. Ain't it? Now 25,000. He owes friends money. Debt agencies. Somehow he blew through this 59 million that he acquired in his years playing basketball.
That type of
You talking
stuff
about
make
Mike? You
me
talking about
mad.
Michael
that's
Beasley?
just
Yeah,
That really
Malik
grinds my
Beasley.
gears,
Malik
that's
man. To
Beasley.
insane,
just
bro.
be people giving millions of dollars to play a game and then they just fumble the bag like that. Like you a goofy.
But dog, you talking about Michael
Yeah,
Beasley?
Malik
He got
Beasley.
the league
Malik
That's
Beasley.
a goofy.
there all the way.
Malik Beasley, Cam.
Oh, Malik
I
Beasley.
don't even know who that is, but
Hold on, nigga. I don't know.
Michael Beasley, that's the actor, ain't it?
Oh, nigga, you
What
talking about
with the
Malik
green
Beasley
eyes?
on 28?
Yeah.
He better keep dribbling.
He what?
He said he better keep dribbling. Oh man, who does he currently
Yeah.
play for?
Dog, I would have thought you talking about some old washed up player.
He played for the
He in
Pistons.
debt and still
He
learning.
currently plays for the Pistons. Okay.
He blew he blew it.
You get the bag and
Or
fumble.
King, me and you had this conversation before about most athletes. They usually tend to be more financially illiterate than other people. So they just
This
they get.
man, he been in the league for 9 years.
Willful
And
ignorance.
you blew how much 50?
Willful
You blew
ignorance.
59 million in less than 10 years.
Willful ignorance. At that point, you just ain't want to learn. That's all I'm saying. You see all these people around you got all this money. You see a lot of investments coming through, and it's just like you don't think to do none of it. Like you don't think to even talk to somebody older on your team as, hey, bro, what you did when you got all this money, bro? Like how you keep your longevity when it comes to this bread, bro? Like you ain't do none of that. Like I don't got no sympathy for people like that, bro. Because what was you really doing? What was you really doing to blow that much money, bro?
Tricky.
It had to be.
No, they say
It
he was
had to be. You had to
gambling.
be tricking out pretty hard. Like,
Man, you blew 59
what's
million.
the
He
He
owed some
allure of
money,
gambling when you got all that bread?
and then he owed
What's
some
the
money to a
allure?
lender.
I don't.
If you're making that much money, why are you getting loans, dude? He owes $650,000.
Cause he
So
blowing
he,
every
Then why
check
are
he
you
get.
gambling?
He go to that locker room after get them checks. He blowing it by the end of the day.
Like, how much are you really betting, bro? Like, are you spending like 500K a session at a casino? I just don't
He out there
understand. Like, when
He
you
out there
say
shaving
gambling,
points, man. That's what he doing out there shaving points.
somebody scamming his ass or something. That's it. His shit getting hacked, and he trying to save face by saying that he spent that money, but he really he done
Man.
got hacked. 'Cause I
no,
don't
the
understand,
the
man.
feds on him, bro. The
That's
feds.
So
ridiculous, man.
if he made, look, I'm gonna try to shoot him some bail. If he made 60 million in 10 years, right? He said he been in the league 10 years again.
Yeah, well, 9.
Yeah, so if you cut that in half for taxes, that's like 30 million. So
Dog,
over
ain't no
10
way you
years,
gonna
that's like 3
rationalize
million a year.
not having no money making that much money, dog.
No, I'm saying.
How much
So
taxes?
that's
That's what
like
I'm
3
saying.
million a year. That's like 3 million a year on average,
And that's
right?
like
Oh my
worst case
God, not
scenario,
3
3
million.
million a year.
Nigga, I ain't made 3 million in my life.
I'm saying that.
That's what I'm saying. He said 3 million. I'm like, like what about
But check it
one?
though. But check it. Have y'all ever seen the hierarchy of money? Basically, it says that when your net worth is like 5 million, you are the poorest rich person.
So, I wish you would call me a poor's rich
That's what I
person.
was just about to
I wish
say.
you
Like,
would
why
call me
would I
the
care?
poor's rich
Like, I
person.
just,
I'll be that all day.
I'm about
I'll
to
be
say,
that all day.
I'll be a poor rich nigga. You still calling me a rich nigga?
Bro,
Hey, look.
see, I'm trying to tell you, to
Hell
us,
wrong
see,
with
it's
you,
like,
man.
5 million. But bro, if you were 5 million, that means that the other people you know are worth 20. The people you know are worth 50. The people you know are in those ranges. So like when you go on your
man, I
vacation
ain't gotta
and
be
you rent,
around them people.
When you,
I have enough money to spend more money than anybody I
hold
know.
on.
yeah.
I want to respond to that. When you make 80,000, the people you know make 100,000, make 120,000,
Right.
make 200,000. Nigga, so what you mean?
Yeah, so everything
Wait a minute.
relative. I
He's
give a fuck.
saying let's sulk and trip because it's somebody richer than me.
No, that's not what
Shit.
I'm saying. What I'm saying is, see, when
Man.
that poorest rich dude goes on vacation, he rent the penthouse suite out at this Bahamas resort. But see, when that dude who worth 50 million go on vacation, he rent a yacht for the month of July and just cruise the south of France.
You
You know
gonna
what I'm
invite me,
saying?
nigga?
See, that's what I'm
Or I
saying.
gotta
No,
go home.
you see that dude and you like, bro, I wanna have my yacht and cruise for a month. You know what I'm
So let
saying?
me blow every dime that I
I
got
don't
and
think
be
I would
broke.
say that.
And let this be the
Well,
I
last
don't think I would
bounce.
say
he
that.
was probably trying to keep up. See, it's somebody on his team that was
That's
pulling,
the problem.
40
I would
million a
not care
year.
about keeping
Man,
up with nobody.
He was
I'm
probably
trying to
trying
be
to
ducked
keep up,
off.
dog.
Sometimes you
But
gotta
did
go.
I at
Man,
least
it's
bring
gonna
it
be a
into
lot of people
perspective
trying
for
to
you
get
a
all
little
back.
bit,
Risk.
man?
Hey, what you
man,
described is a
man,
damn fool.
man, he should have been like Chad Jones. He said he would buy his earrings from the mall, man. During Claire's and shit. You see, he still got money.
And that's the thing too, bro. I'm
And
so with
Chad
Chad when he
Johnson is a
say that. I'm
very
so with
different
Ocho
dude,
when he
bro.
say
You're
that.
right. You're right.
Bro, he's a
Because when he
very
say
different
that,
dude.
because I got money, anything I wear, you gonna think real anyway. That's the truest ever. Like, bro, if you think I got money, so why do I have to even get the real shit? If you feel like it's gonna be real anyway, I get the same result. If you care that
Yeah.
much, like I wouldn't even care that much.
Who was that
All I'm
I got the
basketball
bread. I
but
can do what I
the
want to
picture
do.
I'm trying to
That's
paint is, bro, it's gonna take a special person you making 3 mil a year and your teammates making 10, 20, 30, 40 a year, and you talking about, living substandard, that, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna take a special person to not care
Hashtag
about that.
NFL kickers. Hashtag NFL special team. These people don't make no what it is, but it's the rest of them motherfuckers. But you still got a lot of them. They still coming. It's still people
Like,
going
You
to
still
college to
mixing
be
up
I
special
mean,
NFL
teams.
with
I'm
wide
just
out.
trying to shoot the dude some bail, man. That's all.
to go into La's point, it's this interview with Boobie Gibson. He was on the team when LeBron got there. He
Right.
said that LeBron showed up in a Rolls Royce one day, a Ferrari the next day, and he a rookie. And he was like, so that made him go buy a $500,000 Rolls Royce. He say, but he ain't really know that LeBron had a $99 million contract from Nike on top of his NBA money. And he said he felt like he was irresponsible, but LeBron just was stunned so hard. You know, so I guess that is a
Keeping
thing,
up with
but
the Jones.
yeah, I ain't trying to keep up with no Joneses. If I came from nothing,
I just can't see it. I may be a cheapo. Yeah, that's what I think. Like, it may just
yeah,
be me. I be having problems just spending something,
yeah,
especially based off of somebody else. It's just something inside me that would say, I cannot buy something because this person or
Facts.
because of
Facts.
XYZ. I gotta want that shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and
yeah,
that that's kind of
or
that's kind of
or
That's funny.
you just gonna have to make me look bad in the moment.
yeah.
He got a 2022 Benz truck. Yeah, nigga, my life is
I
horrible.
still got a
You know what I'm
Benz truck.
saying? My
Look,
life horrible, my nigga.
look,
It's just terrible.
in situations
Oh,
like that,
his
it's like
mansion only cost
I just throw my
$3 million. My
hands
nigga,
up.
I got a mansion.
Like, what you want me to do? I'm not gonna even say that. I'm not gonna even say, but I got this, but I got that. I'm just gonna throw my hand. Like, bro, what you want me to do with this information? What? Like, what are we gaining or
That
losing by
that's
by
kind
even
of my
engaging in
pushback
this
on
right
what
now?
you were saying about Ocho Cinco, though, Jalen. Talking about, man, yeah,
What you
y'all
mean?
think I got money. People gonna think it's real already. For me, if I wanted something, it'll be about if I knew it was real or not like other people. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
That's why, like, if I
And
bought a chain, I want it to be real for me. You know?
yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
if I
And that's
want to
why I
stunt
put
on
that
you,
caveat in there about if you care about that type of thing.
Exactly.
Because
exactly, exactly.
he clearly felt some type of way about the appearance of him wanting to have chains on and stuff for him to do that anyway, for him to get replica chain. But the thing is, if
Exactly.
you really didn't care, you just you wouldn't get it. Period. So
Heck
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I
No,
don't subscribe to that, and I don't be around them kind of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody said, "Look at him, his car ain't new as that dude car," well, y'all just gonna have to make fun of me on your own reconscience because I don't care. As long as I'm doing good,
that's what I'm saying.
as long as I know, man, my bills is paid, and if something happen, I got this dry powder, I got
I
this
can do what I
money,
want.
I can do what I want. That's the freedom and the mindset I want to live through. Knowing, hey, no matter what happened, I'm good.
Exactly.
And no matter what you think, I
Right.
want to know that I got it in the
Exactly.
bag.
I
You
can't be
know,
a prisoner of somebody else's mind.
exactly.
Shit, you
I
said
can't have
something
real
in, Jay.
consequences for something you got in your head. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that
50
boy
Cent
B,
It's
that
said
boy
something.
something.
B is gonna have to find a way to stay on somebody's team for the next 10 years just to break even, ain't
But you know how that go.
it?
You know how that go.
Yeah,
Once they see
yeah.
that, they gonna want to drop him. See, because when people think that you are like what they say, the illusion of not needing anything, well, the illusion of needing nothing attracts everything. Now that they
Mm.
know they need, that's why a guy who has the illusion of having a lot can get a loan from a bank for $1 million like that. But that homeless dude outside can't get a penny from up out of there because he looked like he needed, you know.
Facts.
So now that they gonna drop him. Hopefully he can stay on and pay that debt off. But he really destroyed his wealth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because he a role player, bro. Role players ain't guaranteed nothing.
I get. He said he about to end the year 10. I give him about another possibly 4 before we look up and he in China.
Yeah, that boy gonna be playing basketball forever.
Big three, here he come.
Don't slip up. Is
X.
that it? Is that it, Lloyd? You gonna call it?
Yeah. What y'all got planned for the fourth?
Uh, Probably heading back to Mississippi for the 4th.
Nah, I had thought about going to Nashville, but I'm tired of moving. I'm just chill out, finish my
I
bathroom
mean,
up.
you have been traveling, man, Jay. I think you're in the lead for the award this year.
Oh yeah,
I'm tired.
boy just came back from Italy.
Oh yeah, how was
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh boy, I bet you was tricking
Fun
over there.
experience.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
you
oh
are.
yeah,
You should have seen the.
You should have saw the group chat.
oh man.
I ain't gonna speak on it. I ain't gonna speak on that.
It don't
But
count
man,
if
we
it
had a
ain't in
good
the
time
United
out there,
States.
man.
Hold on. What you mean on
Right.
Canada and on
Yeah,
U.S. soil?
yeah, it don't count if it's if it
Oh,
ain't in.
So I didn't
We
know.
got to know the
Hold on.
owner
When
and
did that become a
everything out there
thing?
with the owner.
Cam, when did that become
We
a thing? It's even worse when you leave the country doing it.
So, boy, I thought
nah,
that boy jumping off the
nah.
jet.
Yeah, that's just like you don't get that
Another
experience too
bottle of
much. So
wine, please.
experience while you're there. I wouldn't drink too much drinking on no wine, but you know.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. But I tell people, man, it's always a limit to that love for out the country, bro. I go out the country and it made me feel like, damn, I shouldn't be talking about the United States as bad as I be talking about. But because we basically at one time,
Capitalism
we was in
is the
Texas after we had
best.
got off the gondola. A little bit, because I got off the gondola or whatever. We was hungry. We trying to get some grub. We looking on the little app or whatever. Oh, look at this place. Okay, this look like it got something that I can eat, some stuff that I can eat. We go there. They said they was open, but nobody, they wasn't even open. They didn't look like they had been open for a while. We hungry at this point, so it's like this little courtyard, different buildings and stuff around there, and it's people outside sitting out on little benches outside of one of the restaurants. So we like, boom, let's just go here. Mind you, it probably like 1 o'clock, one something, two something like that, and we sit down over there. We want some authentic Italian pizza. Go ahead and try some pizza, knock that out, get that out the way. So we looking at the menu, they got it or whatever. The lady come up, she fixes some water and stuff like this. She's like, okay, so we don't have electricity until 4 o'clock. So you guys will only be able to get like cold things, really just like the nachos, which was really just like the chips and the salsa. And
Also in
it's
Italy.
just little experiences like that. Yeah, it's like it was very hard to find like cold water in cases. A lot of
Mm.
places that believe in having AC. So, you'll be like in a little lounge or something like that, and it'll just be super hot for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the heat felt like
Mm.
Mississippi heat. I said, man, it's like little Mississippi. It was humid and hot. I
Well, they
said,
they said
God,
Europe is
So you thought you were
hotter
back in
than
Macon
America.
out there or something, man, for a second, ain't
Yeah,
it?
they
You
yeah
thought you
they
were
don't
back
have
in the
air
grid.
conditioning. It didn't used to
That's
be that hot
crazy.
out
man, I guess not, but man, it's
there. They don't be
over
having
hot
air
while we was
conditioning.
there. I was glad they had AC in the hotel.
But what's up with the no electricity till 4 o'clock thing though? What's up with that?
Man, I
That's
think they
interesting right
super
there.
energy conscious, bro. Like,
Hmm.
they even took, recycling very serious. Like me and my colleague, I think, with some confusion or mix up of the bins or something at one of the places we went to, he threw a plastic bottle like the trash can. And somebody came up behind him. They was like, recycle. And then so he had to take the bottle out the trash and put it in the recycle bin. So they take that type of thing real seriously up here. But it was an experience, man. Saw some real cool sights. But I tell people, for me, it's always a week gonna always be good enough for me most of the time. In another country, a week from now, it's always gonna be good for me. But I will say this: if you know you learn another language, that'll be a game changer. Um, if you can really operate and walk around town, talk to people like a local, I think it'd make a big difference.
So you pretty much did a good job picking up on the language out there while you was there.
Man, you know, I sure was saying some stuff, man. Like I be so proud of myself because I feel like I can match the dialects and stuff when I just first hop into a language, you know, and learn the little things to, you know, get around and speak to people and stuff like that. So, you know, waking up in the morning saying bonjour, you know, and then people be responding to you and stuff like that. I be liking that, you know. I love saying ciao, leaving and stuff like that. I be feeling so, you know, I be feeling like I would have put one of these behind everything. It's those romantic languages, they be real nice.
Okay, okay.
Oh yeah.
It's dope,
You
man. I
walked up
like
to him
that.
and asked him something, and spoke to him in Italian first, right? Because they get offended if you walk up to them and say, "Hey, where the store at?"
Mhm.
Yeah, you supposed to come and say, "Bonjour."
Nah, a lot of some, well, some when I went up to them with Italian, you know, they'll be like confused, and they'll know what I said, and they'll respond to me in English, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, you speak English,"
Yeah, okay.
because quite a few of them did speak English. It was different when I went to Brazil. Not too many people spoke English,
Hey,
so
that dude
but
in
more people
Spain,
spoke English.
he told that dude, "Hey, came back, hey, mother." He showed you he knew English that day. He showed you he knew English. He said that like a New Yorker. But he said, vamos, painte. That dude said, hey,
Oh shit.
He spoke English too.
Oh shit!
oh, man.
Oh man!
We got five.
All right, so boy, I gotta go get
Yeah,
something to eat.
man. Great pod. Appreciate y'all for joining. We got 5 fouls and we about to foul out. Peace.